good day. At least,
Announcement of the Metropolitan. Falk of Arivor was a
those
traitor.
bastards took everything from the armory they could get their grubby fingers on.
Shame upon
And you want
themselves
to say they
and
didn't give
Rondra's
you any
house.
of it, you
The
starved
dog
nonsense.
Naaman is forgiven, inasmuch as they were unable to see through Falk's lies. The following Deons, however, are challenged by the Metropolitan himself to the third blood, that the Church continue to be devoid of any stigma. Hadumar of Pericum, Udalbert of Donnersbach, Rodriga of
He's still young and has strong arms. In the Middle Lands, he would still have a life ahead of him.
You want to prove yourself useful? Good. Mission accomplished. Well, take this, and may Rondra be with you. Mission accomplished. Well, take this, and may Rondra be with you. Mission accomplished. Well, take this, and may Rondra be with you. Whatever you do, do it with honor. See me when you have something to report.
That's Kylo, the one who annihilated that shadow demon in the marketplace.
You want to... Mission accomplished. Well, take this, and may Rondra be with you.
I'm glad to be in here. I hear people in the West Town are rotting alive. Yesterday, the cartel went out on another foray. I saw my neighbour again later.
The Metropolitan announced the city walls have been
There's not a
completely
problem for which I
rebuilt
don't
through
have the
joint
right recipe.
efforts after the divine lioness, in her infinite mercy, had seen fit to make them collapse under the thunder of the trumpets of Periku. Remember, Warunkians, this sacrifice served to protect your freedom from evil necromancers and sinister Pacteers. Now that we are protected from harm from outside, let us work together to eliminate the last eyesore from the upper town, where remnants of the unholy pyramid are still to be found. Volunteers, report to the east gate at the 6th hour.
Yeah, but those bastards took everything from the armory they could get their grubby fingers on.
And you want to say they didn't give you any of it? You'd have starved long since.
I'm glad to be in here. I hear people in the West Town are rotting alive.
You're back. You defeated Gamat.
It was his destiny, he claimed. The power of his gift has been transferred to me, just like Fawkes. But I have even more to tell you, about undead slaves and false saints.
And then there were 5. It's terrible to learn how your own children butcher one another. And now the next awakened is already on your trail. She says she will find you, and she gave me this.
An awakened was here? She spoke with you?
I don't know if she wants us as allies, or only as tools for her own plan. These are instructions on summoning. She said it can call up the demon that created your gifts. But the document is complicated, Nandurian figures, encrypted 3 times. I'll need some time to make sense of it.
Why should she play into our hands when she has everything and we have nothing?
She says that she can free you from the forced killings. I'm afraid we have to play along for now.
Only until she shows herself to me. Then she will answer me. What does this awakened expect to get by summoning this demon? That's risky business.
If she's telling the truth, the ingredients listed in these instructions really could help. Each demon has its own peculiarities, which must be taken into account during the incantation. The real danger starts when it appears. The demon's true name helps to keep it under control, but you can never be sure if they will really follow your commands or betray you instead. In the end, the exact wording of the command is the most important thing. Whatever you negotiate with the demon, it will stick to it. And that's why every summoner is eventually dragged down to the nether hells, because they used the wrong words just once.
You've always had this way of boosting my courage.
You're not just every summoner, Chiron.
You called Gamat your child. Don't tell me that you're father to us all.
Calandra is not your sister, you know that. I know I sired 3 of the 7. 1 girl, 2 boys, and you are one of those boys.
And Calandra?
She has a different father. He is as shrewd as he is obsessed with Borberad's teachings. 3 women and 4 men. That should be all 7 awakened.
That means this awakened could be my real sister.
Yes. Maybe Falk was your brother, or Gamat, or one of the others.
I found out that Azaril took Calandra to the Clawmaw to expand her consciousness, using a demonic plant. Azaril introduced her to Gamat, but didn't let them fight each other. The way Gamat spoke about their relationship, it reminded me of the way you taught us.
It fits. Azaril is trying to seduce Calandra with Borberad's teachings, just like me. Vast knowledge, infinite power, tempting things.
We also don't know what role the Awakened who visited you plays. She may even be Calandra's messenger.
Or her killer. That would be the worst.
But there has to be something you can tell me about this Awakened. After all, she did come here.
Maybe her gift drew her to you. Maybe she couldn't resist its power any longer. The gift influences the will of its carrier. You've already noticed that, haven't you?
Yes. Can you tell me more about her?
Her clothing is provocative. Lots of necromantic symbols. Not exactly Borberadian.
Maybe she's not one of Azaril's followers.
She did say that she wants to help you, though she may be out to trap you. But with her look, she will have to keep a low profile in Warunk. That could give you an advantage.
Why should I summon this demon anyway?
If the bearers of the gifts truly are destined to kill one another, then the demon is probably the only one who can remove that constraint. Negotiating with it is more likely to be successful than trying to talk Azaril into abandoning her plan.
Demons are hungry for human souls, and nothing else.
Right, and this is your chance. With the ritual of your birth, Azaril forced the demon to her will. That is the only reason he created the gifts. He should hate her for that. If you can offer him something valuable, then I'm sure he wouldn't be averse to taking revenge on her.
I have to offer him my soul.
Hopefully not. But you have something he wants, and for some reason cannot get. Otherwise, he would already have taken it. Also, you both want to hurt Azaril. That's not a bad basis for negotiation.
I've never summoned a demon. Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't know how.
A summoning isn't something you just jump right into. The preparations require time. As far as I can make from the document, 3 paraphernalia are needed to perform the invocation.
Paraphernalia?
Offerings to the demon. They make it easier to call and dominate. Summoning ingredients, if you like. It says, "First take unto thee 3 stones of the 3 great powers. From the manor rob then 3, of the world, of magic, and of divinity. Burn now the 3 in demonic scorching flame of the nether hells."
Where am I supposed to get stones like that?
Summoning instructions are basically a matter of interpretation. You'll probably have to improvise. It's best you find this awakened and ask her. Then you can still decide if you want to perform the invocation.
If she isn't luring me into a trap to kill me.
Either way, you can't really lose.
People of Warunk, here you see the villain responsible for the attack on our city and our faith. The executioner's sword he defiled is too good for him. A vile rope should suffice to send his dark soul where it belongs, the nether hells. Know this, Warunkians. So end those who dare rebel against the 12 gods. Take heed those who have used recent events to satisfy their greed. They are wrong, and I will call them to account. So, Rogue, any last words?
You will pay. You will all pay.
Fire! Fire at the old Rondra temple!
Skilina, Mactala with Harika. Your pardon, sir, but have you seen my girls? We had agreed to meet, but they haven't shown up. That's not like them at all. Oh, it's you.
Right.
It's your fault my brother died in Moloch Mountain. The least you could do now is help me. If I lose the girls too, I'll have no one. Please, find my daughters. I can reward you.
Do you know more about what's going on between the Guard and the cartel? The streets look like Waronka's at war.
I'm just a simple teamster's wife, but I think it's about power. It always is. Maybe amongst the Rondrians too? I mean, ever since the Lord Aravor's betrayal, they've been busy with themselves. Many duels, many dead. That left them little time to take care of the refugee camp, but what does this have to do with my children?
I noticed the summer stared at a child from the scaffold. Could your daughters have been at the execution? Or at least one of them?
The execution? Possibly. They were always wherever there was something to see. Especially Mactala loved that kind of thing. Even egged the others into proving their courage at the prison, even though I always forbade it.
Tests of courage near the cells of robbers, murderers, and defilers. I bet the summoner really impressed them, didn't he?
By the Dark Mother, they spoke of him. Please, you have to find them. They're triplets, barely 10 years old. They all have my hair, and they're all wearing green dresses. The prison is in the Guard headquarters, but they could be anywhere. Maybe even in the upper town.
I'll have a look around.
I'm glad to be in here. I hear people in the West Town are rotting alive.
He's still young and has strong arms. In the Middle Lands, he would still have a life ahead of him.
fight. Chiron, I presume.
You know, if you have something hotter to offer than that fire, I just might be able to answer that.
Where that fire comes from, it's so hot that tougher men than you have melted like sweet caramel.
And you want to be the one to suck the last bit of life from my body before you enslave my bones, right?
Sounds inviting. But first, we too have a demon to summon.
So you really mean it?
Of course. It's high time we were rid of these demonic gifts.
I'm not summoning some demon just to toss in my soul. Maybe you're only here to get it yourself.
Listen, Chiron. Azrael created our 7 gifts. She had to promise the demon 6 souls in exchange, but she is allowed to keep the 7th. That last soul is supposed to become Azrael's tool, the first paladin. And of course, there can only be one. Azrael believes that life is but a constant battle, and she forced that battle upon us with the gifts. In the end, all of the prey has been devoured, and only the hunter remains. Borberadian philosophy.
You gave me the instructions for a summoning. You tell me Azrael's plans, I have everything I need. That sinks your chances of survival.
Damn it, you're just so cute. It isn't that easy. I have 2 secrets you don't know yet. The first is Zulgaroth's true name. That is the only means of controlling a demon that powerful once it has been summoned. The second secret, if I ever give it to you, will be a gift.
And I will have to earn that gift, right?
That depends on how far we go, Chiron. The true name should do you for now. By the way, my name is Cassio.
This guy they call the Demon Master. What do you know about him?
Oh, have you no respect for the divine Borberad?
He failed.
Maybe so, but more important is, those fools who worship him still haven't understood him. He followed no one's teachings, never recognized a master. Do you think he would have wanted statues erected in his honor and choirs of cultists mindlessly aping his teachings?
Azrael forced Kalandra to swear an oath to Borberad.
Azrael is not Borberad, Chiron.
Your appearance isn't exactly inconspicuous.
Well, thank you. You look pretty tasty yourself. Who am I supposed to hide from? That shriveled-up dwarf or the old man with the cane? They're busy enough just trying to kill each other. Why is Warunk considered freed when a woman is frowned upon just for showing a bare ankle?
I wasn't really talking about your ankles. I noticed you for other reasons.
That doesn't bother me in the least.
What is this first paladin business?
Each awakened passes their gift on to their murderer. The paladin arises from the combined gifts. The paladin is infinite power, free-forming astral energy, the wet dream of every dried-up old magician ensconced between dusty books.
And your reason to kill me in the end?
When the time comes, the last of us will have to pay the tribute. They lose their will to Azrael. I don't know if you'd like that. I'd rather be dead than her brainless puppet. And I don't think either of us is stupid enough to keep playing into her hands by killing one another.
You gave my father instructions for summoning. What exactly is this Zulgaroth?
A horror from the Netherhells. His power is enormous. It has cost me a great deal to steal his true name from Azrael. He is the only one who can free the Awakened from the need to kill and break Azrael's power over the gifts. He created them.
He's Azrael's ally. Why should he listen to us?
Because he is not her ally. She forced him to do her bidding, as one does at a summoning, provided they succeed. He probably hates her.
And he doesn't know us. What could we offer him?
Maybe he likes to watch. Imagine if he wanted a violent struggle in the summoning circle. What would we do then?
Calandra, does that name ring a bell?
No, never heard of. Or, wait, isn't that terrible disease where you get all those bloody blisters under your skin?
Shut up!
And there he blows. Seems like the gift isn't the only thing that has you under control. Have you sworn something to her? Eternal, unbreakable fidelity, maybe? That would be a shame.
What do you know about Calandra?
She is Azrael's new favourite, the new Portifex Maxima, the greatest portal opener of them all, the best of the awakened.
What portals? Out with it.
Her gift is supposed to open portals between the worlds, the human and the demonic. And although this is only my personal impression, Calandra doesn't seem uninterested in this power.
The fire demon, what did you have to do with it?
3 stones of dominion, burned by demonic fire. The first from a house of worship. It couldn't have gone better.
You summoned the fire demon.
You'll have to find that one out for yourself, handsome. But if you are looking for advice, in this city, the truly wise are likely to be behind bars.
All right, so we collect stones.
Good luck, and see you soon.
Careful, the cartel's listening.
Hey! Down here!
Magus, as fresh and free as ever.
Naive irony, how amusing. In actuality, I'm only staying here to ensure that my appeal proceeds properly. According to the Codex Albiricus, I'm a free man.
Be glad you're sitting in that cell. There are fire demons wandering around out here.
Are you serious? That amateur was actually successful?
How did I know that you would somehow be involved?
Sir, I did not ask to be quartered next to that bungler, and when I learned of his perfidious plan, I did my best to minimize any damage.
A temple burned. A child is dead. Your help seems to have taken an unusual form, Theodore.
I am in no way responsible for the fact that those brats failed to memorize a simple hopscotch.
Tell it from the beginning.
This summoner they just hanged. Presumably he wanted to take revenge on the Marunkians and use those innocent children as his tools. He wanted them to summon the Typhelel, the fire demon. Summon? How irresponsible. I thought my plan had countered his plan. 'Tis a fool who thinks he's smart.
Just so I understand this correctly, the summoner taught the children a magic formula that would allow them to summon demons.
Absurd, I know. Also, I can hardly believe that pin-headed academic lightweight actually created that plan. It is as if it was someone else's idea.
How exactly do you summon a demon?
Each demon is unique, and the peculiarities of their summoning are correspondingly diverse. You need instructions for the summoning, very expensive and rarely of high quality. You also require a summoning circle in which the demon will appear, and a protective circle for the summoner. The demon is usually offered paraphernalia, offerings in order to lure him. These can range from crushed gemstone to the salt from a dragon's tear to a 16-year-old virgin. If such can even be found, should you not have any on hand, and this applies to all ideal paraphernalia, then you must improvise. Yet improvisation increases the risk, and a summoning certainly presents oneself with more than enough of that. One is safest when one knows the demon's true name.
What could go wrong?
If one does not draw the circle carefully, the demon will break out of it. Then he will skin the summoner alive, tear him apart, and smash some furniture, or houses, depending on his power. If the circle holds, you must bring the beast under your control. Otherwise, the demon will simply disappear once again, leaving you with naught but a new mortal enemy. Yet the most risk lies in the wording of the contract. The demon will follow it to the letter. To the letter. And he will use every possible misinterpretation, every little ambiguity against the summoner. Even the most powerful summoners have failed because of that. And if that doesn't get them, the plague of Douglum does. Eventually everyone who consorts with demons gets that.
Any advice?
Do not allow any discussion. And decide quickly whenever a decision is needed. The longer you discuss, the worse it gets. Quite like an academic dispute, actually.
I'll remember that. How did you plan on keeping the children from performing the summoning?
The demon servant gave them some summoning chalk and taught them some hopscotch. I listened and realized if performed correctly, those innocents would summon a Typhilel. I used Sleep of 1,000 Sheep to make him sleepy. Then I taught the children a few syllables of Zyad, the language of the demons, as you may know. If those snot-nosed little brats had memorized and recited those few simple syllables correctly, the demon would have appeared in a much weaker form, if at all.
Not bad, for an eccentric bookworm.
You do me too much honor. After all, it didn't work, did it? And a prohibition would have only encouraged them. Never mind the fact that the utterance of prohibitions is per se paradoxical. But, Nandus, forgive me, the villain was a better kindergarten teacher than I. Perchance you're interested in the Typhilel yourself. I could teach you the wording for that spell, just to be safe, of course.
Then let's hear it.
Malkor, Mashrak, Maragosh. Zijan, Typhel, Marashik. Marak, Marak, Maratai.
Do you smell that too?
Yes, but it is not my fault that the sanitary facilities in these lodgings leave much to be desired.
That smells like smoke.
Truly, the upper town, it's burning. Well, at least now you know where the remaining children are, don't you?
We'll speak again, Magus.
If I still should be here, gladly.
A fire demon, out of nowhere. Pray us, help us.
I'll handle this. Is the way clear?
In principle, yes. Providing Fergalosh's people let you through.
By the Nameless One, you are the Margrave. Order them to leave. A child's life is at stake.
You really think they still listen to me? No, Chiron. A lot has changed since you killed Falk. There is no plague bailiff anymore. All those Rondrians who served the traitor fell to Yarkon's sword. And Perel and Fergalosh both want to prevail in their turf war before the Rondra Church can send more troops.
Perel wants to designate the new plague bailiff. He lied to me.
Perel believes he is fighting for freedom. Fergalosh believes he is defending the law. But both are making a terrible mistake. They're putting their hatred above the good of the city.
I understand. Guard is out of control, and that leaves you but a single man alone.
There is one option. Perhaps Yarkon's people are stronger. The remaining Rondrians are the only way we can get this town back together. And I would be very grateful for your help.
Order must be restored. Margrave, you can count on me.
Thank you, Chiron. May Parain protect you.
Time will tell, Margrave. My next target is a fire demon.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Well, still looking for the flames of passion.
You know there's a fire, and all you do is stand around.
I didn't lock the summoner up and thereby awaken his thirst for revenge. He would have called the Typhonal anyway. But here he's at least useful.
You're gambling with someone's life. A child could burn to death.
Oh, that is unfortunate. I wouldn't have thought that a mind that inexperienced really could call the Typhonal. A hypothetical question, though. Which life would be worth more to you? That of a child, or that of your little Calandra?
You think it's all a game, do you?
Be nice if it were a game. But we need the Typhonal, Chiron. We need those burnt stones.
The Dark Mother. You sold your soul to her.
Yes, first Zul'Goroth, then her. Granted, the first time I had no choice.
Sounds risky.
And exciting.
Maybe I'd be a little nicer to you if you were to tell me what gift Thargonitoth gave you.
You've got this charming way about you I just can't resist.
So, when push comes to shove, you can make zombies fight for you.
Nightmares, Chiron. Deception, illusion. I'm a playful kind of girl. And the smell of rotting bodies bores me now.
You work blood magic, right? Then your soul belongs to Borbarad.
I admire what he did. Playing the archdemons off against one another. I like his teaching and use his spells. And if he can lay claim to my soul from where he might be now, for all I care, then the three entities can fight over me. When it comes down to it, the Dark Mother is likely to be the most powerful.
You want to be an undead?
I've already done so much for the Dark Mother. I'm certain she has a better use for me. Once she accepts me, I shall become a Morkan, a demon that creates entire worlds from people's nightmares. I couldn't imagine aspiring to anything higher. But I don't want to take any chances. Zul'Goroth must release me, and that's why we have to summon him.
This monastery, tell me more.
The monastery was our birthplace. It is dedicated to none other than Borbarad himself. And where is it? High in the cliffs of the Black Sickle.
We all come from there?
You and Calandra, you were kidnapped by our father. But the rest of us grew up there.
trained ready for the battle that awaits us.
The two other awakened, do you think Calandra is with them?
Azrael will have introduced them to her. Naturally, her new favourite's gift must continue to grow. Of course, I have no idea who survived.
You mean our father?
Looks like it. But you really take it that seriously, gorgeous?
You're behind the fire demon summoning. What do you know about these things?
You do me too much honour. I had skilled support, but I like to help. Besides, bleached bones, they're nothing but deadly hot flames. Hard to crack with your sword and your cute metal glove.
Thanks to Azrael, I have more than my sword and my fists to use in dealing with demons.
And you should use that spell. And don't get too close. Otherwise, you'll singe the rest of your hair.
How do you know so much about Azrael?
I was her student. Many years. Growing up in the monastery where we were all born. You, me, Calandra, Folk, Gamut, and the other two.
You are no longer there.
You had the good fortune to be kidnapped. I had to escape on my own.
And of course that was easy, from a monastery full of blood mages hidden from the world in the mountains.
Once I'd seen through Azrael's plan, it was easy. I feigned affection while establishing contacts with the necromancers. When she brought Calandra to us, I saw her incredible talent. So I got some help. A new mentor, so to speak.
Who?
The Dark Mother.
You're the first awakened I'm not forced to kill right away. Can you tell me about the others?
Gamut and I were the first to see through Azrael's plans, and the first to flee.
To the necromancers.
Right. They have taught us much to help us resist Azrael's influence. We felt safe until the Rondrians came to Arunk. And Folk. Gamut wanted to cut a deal with Folk. I knew it wouldn't work. Poor Gamut. I liked him.
More than Folk, I suppose.
Folk was a fool. He obeyed Azrael's every word and believed that she would give him preference for that. He was to awaken Calandra. But for some reason, he was too late. If you hadn't exposed him, Calandra would have come to us much less spectacularly after the wedding. That would have helped him, but only until Azrael found out how quickly little Calandra learns. Then she would have dropped him.
Folk, Gamut, Calandra, you and I. 2 awakened are missing from the list.
Right. But you will learn nothing about them from me. I owe them that much.
At least their gender.
Why that of all things? I understand. 3 women, 4 men. You want to count, to know if we are related by blood. Yes, that could become important for both of us.
How could you do that? Give that summoner a crazy idea like that?
Letting children summon demons. Well, we are in the Shadowlands. Better too early than too late.
One of those children is dead.
Perhaps yet another shall soon die, if you do not rescue it from its plight.
You also know where the last child is, am I right?
The ruins of Razazor's pyramid. That would definitely be an exciting place to play, wouldn't it?
You're doing that to provoke me, to see how I react.
I have to know who I'm getting involved with.
You wait here, you still have some explaining to do.
I love it when you give me orders.
Kid,
Malko Mashrak Malko Mashri.
I'm talking to you.
Maragosh Mashri, be there in a minute!
Stop that and listen to me.
What do you want from me?
Come here. Very slowly.
Mama told me not to go with strangers.
And the Margrave has forbidden the playing of hopscotch here.
Really?
Yes. And now get a move on. Your mother is waiting at the place of execution.
You're a party pooper.
If you don't get a move on, I'm going to turn into a really bad party pooper.
I'm gonna tell Mama.
Mashrak.